Hey weirdos, I'm Ash.
And I'm Alaina.
And this is a bonus episode.
It's a bonus episode.
And that is our new intro.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just kidding. Let's not. We're gonna workshop it.
Yeah, we're gonna think of something fun as an intro for bonus episodes. You've probably heard it right now.
Yeah, you already heard it.
Perhaps.
Yeah, we need some good music, and hopefully you just heard some.
But if you didn't, if you heard good music, but it's the same theme song as regular Morbid, then we're still thinking on it.
Yeah.
You know, so just bear with us.
We're working on it.
We're working on it.
All right, brothers. So today we are here to talk to you for our very first ever bonus episode on Sirius XM.
This is so exciting.
I just took one sip of, actually, we had to pause for a second to make sure that the recording was like working. So the intro and then now, one sip of coffee, I'm a changed
Yeah, the
bitch.
energy it has shifted just in about 5 minutes.
I am Lorelai Gilmore.
Yeah,
actually,
truly.
you are Lorelai Gilmore.
Yeah.
And I'm Rory.
Yeah, but only
Unfortunately.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Like only in some ways.
Pretty much only when we have coffee.
Exactly.
So we're going to be talking today about Unknown Number, the High School Catfish.
Whew.
Honey. Okay, wait, before you say anything else, there are going to be spoilers. Spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, go watch it now and then listen, my brother in Christ.
If you listen to it first, you will be spoiled, and that won't be our fault.
It's not my fault if past this point you get a motherfucking spoiler.
Because
Okay?
we are going to talk about it, and we are going to talk about all of it.
All right, so let's get into it.
Let's do this, and we're gonna like do it so we don't reveal the twist until
Until the twist is revealed.
exactly.
Okay, so we're in Beale City, Michigan. It's like central Michigan. It's a super tiny town. It seems like everybody knows everybody. It also seems like people are like lifelong residents.
Yeah.
And we watched the documentary, and then we also found a cut article written by Lauren Smiley that gave like a little more information. And she was saying like even a lot of these parents are lifelong residents of Beale. And like if you're not a lifelong resident, you do feel somewhat of an outsider.
That makes sense. And isn't it like the school is like preschool to 12th grade,
Yeah.
all in the same building?
Yes.
Which it's my opinion. It's my opinion. That's wily to me. Like that is horrifying to me.
Bonkers.
Yeah, I can't imagine my kindergartner in the same school as a 12th grader.
That's just not for me.
I
But I
just
guess
can't.
each class of kids like is 60 kids.
Yeah.
So they can all just fit in one building, which is
true.
nuts.
No, it makes sense for what it is.
Yeah, but I completely agree with
scary.
you. No, it is scary. So we start off the film and we started off with a threat. It says all the
real threat.
with a literal code 10 threat, code red. All the texts in this film are real. It says. And I said,
And you'll find out why that's a threat
very shortly,
pretty
in fact.
quickly.
So we're introduced to Lauren and Owen. They started dating when they were like 12, and I think they were probably like around like 7th grade. And it's funny because when I was reading the cut article, it turned out Owen's parents also started dating in 7th grade.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So their families ended up becoming good friends, especially their moms, Jill and Kendra. Jill is Owen's mom and Kendra's Lauren's mom. Mm-hmm. So they like, it all seemed really cute. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Cute small community.
Yeah.
Everyone supports each other.
Exactly. So October 2020 rolls around, and this girl, Chloe Wilson's family, always has this big Halloween party.
Sounds pretty sick.
It sounds like a sick ass Halloween party.
It's like a haunted fucking corn maze or some shit.
Yeah,
outside.
it's moderately exclusive, evidently. Lauren was not invited, but Owen was.
Oh.
So Owen ends up inviting Lauren because they're together.
Oh, okay.
So right
think I
around
missed
this
that part.
time, Lauren gets a text telling her that Owen doesn't like her. He likes whoever this unknown texter is, and they are both DTF.
Down to fuck.
Down to fuck. I was gonna say for my homies out there who don't know what DTF is, down to fuck.
Yeah, I only know what it is because no, not even that. I didn't even realize that was in there. I only know it from on Southern Charm. Shep said it about somebody and then immediately regretted it because that person was like, go fuck yourself. And I thought it was funny.
Why don't I remember who that is?
It was Bailey.
Oh.
And remember he was like, because like that was shitty to say.
Yeah, it is shitty
because he
to
said
say.
it in like a jokey way, and she was like, "You're an asshole."
Yeah, and she was like,
And I was like,
"Actually, I
"Good for
don't want to
you."
fuck you." She was a queen,
She was a queen.
and I think she was like the one that got away.
I think she was too.
Be a better person.
Be better. But can we clarify too? This whole text comes through that's like, "DTF, motherfucker." These are like 13-year-olds.
Not even yet. They're 12.
They're 12. 12.
Nobody's DTF at 12.
Nobody should be
consent.
saying DTF at 12. Nobody.
Oh, I find a text in my kid's phone someday that says an acronym that I have to Google, I'm sure, at that point. and it's anything like DTF.
It's going down for real.
Lockdown.
Yeah.
Lockdown in the home.
All of a sudden, it's like, brr, brr.
It's like the purge.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah.
Starts playing.
I'm like, well, you live here forever now. So...
honestly, valid.
So the texts come in like that, and they're pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Then they stop for a year. They literally stop for an entire year. And then all of a sudden, almost 365 days later, they start up again. And they start up and they go every single fucking day, multiple times a day, essentially like sun up to sundown.
Oh yeah, and they said that the nighttime texts, because it wasn't even sun up to sundown, it was like through the night.
Past sundown. Oh
because
yeah.
they said the night ones would get particularly like nasty, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Like it's very interesting when you find out what's going on here.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So some of the texts, and these texts are being sent to Lauren and Owen at this point, both of them. Mostly to Lauren, though. Mm-hmm. Some of them said, effing trash bitch, don't wear effing leggings. No one wants to see your anorexic ass.
Like that?
So upsetting.
The anorexic thing is such a thing that gets said. Like, it's such a weird insult.
It is a weird insult.
And it's like common.
You know,
that's
it's
a
so
common
wild.
insult. I used to hear that all the time in middle school.
Oh, I've been on both ends of that spectrum because I was a lot tinier when I was in middle school, and I got anorexic then, and then I got like obese bitch when I was in high school. I was like, awesome.
Why are we commenting? First of all, because it's like they're all assuming, and you know, like that this is especially because this is somebody saying like Owen is down to fuck them, that this is a girl.
Yeah,
and it's like, why are we commenting as women and girls on other girls and other women's bodies? Can we stop doing that?
Because also,
please?
like, growing up, I remember being like 9 years old and becoming aware of my body and becoming aware that I didn't like it.
And you absolutely should never be aware of that. It shouldn't even be a thought in your mind.
But that's the thing, like, young girls so early learn to be their biggest critics.
Yeah.
And then they grow up almost immediately becoming critics of each other.
Yeah, because and you have to be so careful. Like, I don't allow anybody to talk about weight.
No.
Or bodies in that way around my kids.
Because there's so many different reasons why bodies look the way they look, and one is not better than the other for any reason.
It's
as
just
long
not
as
something
you're
they need to concern
healthy and your
themselves with.
doctor's not concerned.
Exactly.
You look great.
That's the thing. I'm like, you go to your yearly physical.
They
say told that you're healthy.
They say thumbs up.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
You don't need to hear anything else about what's going on.
I totally agree with that. And that's something I'm going to adopt when I have kids. Like,
It's
no weight talk.
Yeah. I don't want
whatsoever.
any weight talk around them. And it's like, so for like, them to call it like anorexic, because like, you know, like girls, especially at her age, like 7th grade and shit.
Yeah.
Like 12 years old. You're like, every kid is like gangly at some point.
Oh my God,
just trying to like, their body's just like growing into itself. You know what I mean? Or they're holding on to like extra baby weight, and it's like, and their body's trying to grow out of that. Like everybody's in that weird in between area where you're either like weirdly gangly and like noodly and like nothing makes sense, and you're just this like skeleton with like a little bit of flesh on it, or you're just like trying to figure it out, and your body's not growing fast enough to like catch up with the baby weight you had on.
Yeah, exactly.
Like everybody's so different at that time, and it's like all weird. It's all weird.
I feel like 6th, 7th, and 8th grade especially are so hard.
Yes,
for that
so
reason,
hard.
and obviously like so many other reasons. Because one thing that I forget who said it in the article. I think the principal said it eventually, that this is like the age where you start to break off from your parents too.
Yes.
And you like really get involved in your friend group and you like break away.
Yeah, it's like an inside out.
Yeah.
Her family
Riley.
island gets smaller and her friend island gets bigger and kind of hides the family island.
And it does because
it's
like this age where you're trying to navigate all of this and people saying everything about you and you starting to like self-criticize, and you're also at the same time kind of like taking away your own support system, you know? Like it's a weird time. Yeah. Unknowingly, exactly.
Like pushing away your own support system.
Right. So beyond that awful text message, there was worse ones even. You are worthless and mean nothing. You never have. Get a fucking life out of here. Owen will never look at you again or talk to you. You fucked up his life so bad. His family fucking hates you for it. He will never in his life acknowledge you again. Get the fuck lost, bitch. He's fucking done with you.
That is like so unhinged.
Just like, you don't mean anything. You're worthless. Get a life. His family hates you. Like, even making her doubt her support system beyond her own family.
Like, that's diabolical for a kid to write to another kid, like a peer.
Yeah.
This is diabolical.
Well, and I should mention too, so like saying his family fucking hates you. So like his mom and dad were a big part of his life, but he also has a younger sister who was in the friend group too. Yeah. So Lauren's like, okay, does Macy hate me? Does this Macy? Like, does Jill hate me? Does Dave hate me? Who hates me? And why do they hate me? And why have I fucked up his life?
And now she's wearing like that adults don't like her.
Yeah.
Like now it's like going beyond like, it's just like, what? Like, what is going on? And also like, what is this about? Like, what the hell?
It's wild. So then the texts start getting insanely sexual. Like,
this is where I lost my mind.
Messages. When you watch, I'm not gonna like say all of them because I'm not capable of saying some of the things that this person wrote.
They're horrifying.
The narrator in this was like, it's not funny by any means, but the narrator was cracking me up because it's like almost a robotic voice.
It is. It's got like a very like. It's computer-esque. So it sounds like if you've ever seen, and again the like information being told is not funny. I'm saying the voice is funny.
Agreed.
If you've ever seen The Office and there's an episode where Michael finds out that his computer can like talk to text or like text talk.
Yeah. And
he puts like eyes on it, on the back of it, and like a mouth, and then has people come in the office and he just types things out and it's like and he'll be like, and it's just like, hello Pam, you look particularly hot today.
It's just, yeah, that's what it sounds like.
That's what it felt like. It's like that kind of weird robotic voice that just makes it so unhinged.
And like in The Office, apparently it's like, you look hot today. These text messages were talking about like tits, BJs, creamin', like
literally. That's not even that is a verbatim.
I didn't want to say any of that, especially the latter of that.
No, I
makes
hate
me
it.
Want to jump into traffic. Like it's too much.
It's all shit that if this is like her peers, you're like, what the fuck? How is that coming out of a literal child's mouth?
Yeah.
One, how do they know any of those words?
Yeah.
And to like, you're too young. You're too young to know all those words. Like, what the fuck is going on? You're a baby. And it's like they're talking about like
literal sex acts.
Yeah, they're talking like they like mention like somebody's dick. Like,
they mention like
crazy.
They mention insanely explicit things, and you'll see it if you watch it.
Yeah, and when we get to like where we're gonna reveal who it is, we'll get further into how wild this is.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
One of them, just to like one of the actual verbatim ones, was he wants sex, BJs, and making out.
And making out.
And it's the way the narrator says it. He's like, and making out.
Yeah, he's like, and making out.
I'm like, damn. So
like, what the
once that started happening, because these are literal like 12, 13-year-olds, maybe, I don't even think they're 14 at this point. The parents, including especially Jill and Kendra, because these are their kids being victimized, went to the school. And the superintendent ended up getting involved, and obviously so did the principal. Now, basically what they did as a school, which it's interesting because at one point Kendra, Lauren's mom, was like, I didn't think they were doing enough. And I was like, it sounds like they were doing a lot, because what they did was they set up surveillance so that anytime a text came in, they could look at the cameras and see who, like what student was on their phone at that point in time. Yeah, I thought
it was like especially this is, remember, a small community, and this is a small town. These are
Yeah.
like, you know, like they don't have all this resources to do shit. And they were really like doing like grunt work, trying to like investigative work, trying to figure out who this could be.
Well, and when you think about all the things that I'm sure like I don't know all the things a school administrator has to do throughout the day,
I imagine it's a lot.
but I would assume it's a lot, and like to take the extra time to be able to do this.
Yeah, it sounds like they took it seriously, especially in the beginning.
I think so, yeah. So then people started to actually think that Lauren was sending the text to herself to get attention, which is really sad because she definitely wasn't.
Yeah.
But after some sit downs with the admin at school, they ruled her out, and they also ruled Owen out.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure how they did it, but I think something with the surveillance.
Yeah.
So also you said something fucking hilarious at this point. Because I think the principal was like, there's a lot of kids in this school. Like, you can't rule anyone out. And that's why we had to do the surveillance.
And I was like, and I stand by it. I feel like we can pretty like confidently rule out the preschoolers.
Yeah, definitely the preschool.
I think
I was dying.
I feel good about
Alaina
that.
goes, I don't know. I feel like we could probably rule out the preschoolers.
I feel like they're not involved.
She was like, I don't know. Who am I to say?
Yeah,
But
like I feel like I feel confident in that. Like that's just me. I feel like even the kindergartners, we can probably, you know, rule them right out.
Yeah, you get to first grade, shit
you get
gets
to
a little
first grade
wily.
and things get really wily now. So I don't really know.
They have like Apple Watches and shit.
But preschool and kindergarten, I think we're safe. We've cut out a little portion of the community. You know?
I think so. Yeah. And you know, less to watch.
It's true.
So once they cut out the kindergartners and the preschoolers, they kept their eye on everyone else.
They did.
And at the same time, Jill and Kendra were getting together on their own a lot to talk about the text messages because Lauren's getting her own set, Owen's getting his own set. Then they're probably getting like group messages. Yeah. So they're comparing notes basically.
And probably feeling like, thank goodness they have somebody they can
go to talk
and
about
commiserate with. Like it's not just their kid that's going through it. Like, because I imagine if this was just happening to your child, you must feel so fucking isolated and alone.
Absolutely.
And just wanting help figuring out what to do. So like to have that, like you don't want it to be happening to both your kids, but like
at
you
least
have each
you can
other
have
to
someone
like
to lean
try
on.
to figure this out with.
Right. So they went together to talk to the principal themselves once they were like, can you do more? And he was like, I really can't. I suggest you change their numbers, block the texter, something like.
Okay. When we were watching this, because Ash had already watched it and then watched it with me for the first time, me watching it for the first time, I literally said, I was like, I knew that who had done this, so I immediately like checked my own question, basically.
Yeah.
But I was like, why aren't they just changing the numbers? Like,
right.
Like shut down that line, get a new number, give them a new phone. Or, I mean, now, especially, little kids, you can get them like phones that are just for
numbers
calling
that
and
you
texting
approve.
People you approve, and that you can approve all the apps and all that stuff. And it's like, maybe you have to do that for a little while.
Yeah.
Just to like see if how it stops and see if you can figure out something via that.
Yeah.
And while you're figuring it out, you hang on to those other phones. So your kids don't let anybody know except their like close friends who has that new number.
Smart.
And then see if somebody infiltrates.
Smart.
Because if they're only telling their close friends who those numbers are and you're approving them, boom, you're going to get
one of the close friends.
And then you hold on to those other phones and you can start doing some investigation.
It could have worked.
I was a little confused why that didn't happen.
Well, so basically they said blocking the number didn't work because the texter was using one of those like random
Like an
number generators. I think it was Pinger.
Which should absolutely be outlawed.
Yeah, there's no
Why
reason
does
to
this
ever
exist?
disguise your phone number.
No. Why does that exist?
Nope. No.
Yeah.
So they couldn't block it because another text would just come in. Whoever was doing this had the number and that's all they needed because they could just get phone number after phone number to continue texting.
Supply.
And they also said they didn't want to get their kids new phones because they wanted to get to the bottom of who this was, which I do understand because, and Jill said it, Owen's mom, she was saying like, this could have been somebody that we were letting into our lives because this community is so small. And obviously this person knew a lot about our kids, knew like where they were at what time, what they were wearing sometimes. So we didn't want to continue inviting somebody like that into our home. And if we had gotten them new phones and like that person didn't end up getting those numbers, we would never know who that was. And we would keep spending time with them, you know?
Yeah, and I totally get that.
So I did understand that piece of it.
That's why the phones that you only approve the numbers would
It's
have
true.
worked.
It's true. So Lauren and Owen they're very far into this because this was, I think ultimately this went on for it was
Almost
20
2
months,
years.
right? Almost
Yeah, it
2
was
years.
almost 2 years.
So like a good amount of the way into this all happening, Lauren and Owen started fighting with each other because this caller would be like, oh, like he wants me. He hung out with me. Me and him went to a hotel this weekend.
Yeah.
His family likes me. So Lauren's going to Owen and being like, were
you hanging out with this girl?
Right. Like, were you hanging out with this person?
Which
And
I
Owen's
totally
like,
get
no.
it.
But so they started fighting because of all the tension and they ended up breaking up. And Owen thought that maybe if they broke up, the messages would stop and Lauren would not, be going through what she was going through anymore. He could end what he was going through. And then he said, like, maybe, try again someday, which was so sweet.
Sad.
Because I'm like, you little beans.
I know.
You little
like,
13-year-olds.
You really liked each other.
They did. They were so cute
Really
together.
sad.
But the thing was, after they broke up, the messages got a million times worse.
Because now the bullies won.
A million
You never want to
times
give
worse.
them the prize.
So they started telling Lauren to kill herself.
This is where it just like...
Multiple times a day, texting her how worthless she was, how she should just kill herself because Owen didn't like her and didn't want to be with her anymore. They wrote hashtag bang bang, do it now.
Literally kill yourself now, bitch.
Yep.
Hashtag bang bang.
Yep.
Like, how that... and the worst part is, nobody can do anything.
No.
Because they can't figure out who this is. So this person's literally texting death threats.
Mm-hmm.
And they just get away with it.
Yep. And they're also, it seemed like they were stalking her at this point too, because
Yeah.
like I said before, like whoever this was knew where they were at certain points in time. And then like they knew how Lauren was doing in basketball games and they were trying to tear her confidence down in and her dad said that she's an incredible athlete. Like I think she played basketball and either softball or baseball.
Yeah.
Who knows what else, but she was really talented, like a great athlete.
Yeah.
And whoever this person was knew that and they were trying to break that confidence. Yeah. So like if she didn't get a ton of points in a basketball game, they'd be like, wow, like how embarrassing. You suck, kill yourself, quit basketball.
And they knew how many points she would get.
They knew specifically
like
how many points.
That one game they said like 2 points, haha, you suck.
Yep. So that is when Sheriff McElman got involved. Everybody started getting very worried about the trauma surrounding all of this.
Yeah.
I also think that I read in the Cut article that Jill herself had read an article or like saw news about somebody bringing a gun to school in another community. And she was like, what if all of this...
They get pushed that far.
Exactly. Pushes them that far. So that's when the sheriff got involved.
Because they were also writing shit like, we're going to break you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we won't stop till we break you. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck?
And also at that point, they're like, okay, is this a group of people? And how do
That's the thing.
How do we figure out who this is all coming from? And I also understand like it was coming from multiple different numbers too. Mm-hmm. So
yeah.
Sheriff McElman starts looking at this one particular girl, Chloe. Chloe, remember, she's the one who her family has like the big Halloween party.
Yeah.
She had somewhat of a reputation for being a bully at the school. Like administrators seemed to have talked to her a few times. Her parents got called in and like there was just incidents.
Yeah.
And the reason she specifically got called in for this is because the texter said something about how they had the most points in the game. And when they looked at the points and on the scorecard, it was Chloe who had the most.
And Kendra helped them out with that.
Lauren's
mom,
because she's the scorekeeper. And at one point, she'd also been the girls' coach.
Yeah.
Basketball coach. And also it was Chloe's Halloween party where this all started and Lauren originally hadn't been invited and like didn't want to go. Mm-hmm. So they kind of felt like they had a hot lead here.
Well, and I think like her and Owen were
after
like
Lauren
really
broke
good
up
friends
and they had like crushes on each other.
So there was just I think there was just like never a great relationship between Chloe and Lauren because of that like lingering what's going on here kind of thing.
Basically at this point in time, all roads were leading to Chloe Wilson. Yeah. And I do kind of get why.
You get why they
went down that road.
Yeah.
So Chloe's friends' moms were looking at their phones because they're like, is this group of Chloe's friends doing this? Like, are they all doing it together? Parents were reaching out to other parents, to the school, to the coaches. everyone is turning on everyone in Beale, Michigan at this point.
The parents are turning on each other. The kids are turning on each other.
Yeah. All the girls on the basketball team are fighting. Parents were trying to get in to talk to the kids, but the principal and the superintendent are like,
no.
We can't have an angry mob of parents like
Screaming
hunting the
at
kids
kids.
down, you know?
Yeah. And Chloe's, you know, like these kids are getting interrogated by police at school all year.
Actual police officers. Yeah. And the other thing was, another reason why they were looking at Chloe is because the texter or texters were saying that they had connections to the cops, and that's why they were never going to get caught. And Chloe's dad, as Sophie put it, was a police.
She was a police.
He was a police officer.
Excuse me.
So things started looking even more like Chloe when her family took a trip to Florida, and the area code of the texts that were coming in started coming from a Florida area code. Now, on top of that, too, in the Cut article, Lauren, the author of the article, had written that a Snapchat account had even been made in Chloe's name, and Chloe was like, that's not my account, and I'm not sending those messages.
And like showed that.
And she showed her dad, and also was like, this is how easy it is to make an account and say it's me. So her parents believed her the whole time.
Of course.
But at that point, it also seemed like they didn't really have any other option to prove that it wasn't their daughter than to have her phone dubbed with the police, which that is such like, obviously it took a long road to get there, but I do feel for
them
her
for actually doing that, like,
well, that's the thing
in that way.
Kudos to them, because that's such an invasion of privacy. That is everything on your phone, every picture, every text, every file.
Yep.
I don't know if it even goes into like every website you've ever been to.
Probably.
Like, it's everything you've ever done on your phone.
Yeah, and it's like, that's a lot. And especially if you, I mean, one of the main things you should be teaching your kid is that their privacy, they have a right to privacy, and that privacy should be respected.
Yeah.
And that respect breeds because of privacy being respected. And it's like, and now you're kind of being like,
I'm sorry, we don't have any other choice.
Let strangers invade your privacy. Like, that sucks.
It does. Well, they dubbed Chloe's phone, and it proved that she wasn't doing anything.
So she had been literally...
She'd been framed.
Like, framed for this.
And then somehow whoever was sending the text messages didn't realize that Chloe's phone had been dubbed, and it proved that she wasn't doing anything, because they kept trying to make it seem like they were Chloe even after the phone was dubbed. They would send all kinds of messages, basically, like they would send pictures of Owen and Chloe to mock Lauren and say like, oh, he's hanging out with us, not you.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
And can you imagine how Chloe felt?
Yeah, she's like, I'm not doing this.
One, being like railroaded for an entire year of her high school career and like treated like a villain. And then two, she's sitting there going, who the fuck is this person that's trying to frame me?
Yeah.
Like, that would be terrifying. I'd be like, why are they doing this to me now?
It's like a Pretty Little Liars episode.
It's like really scary.
It is.
That would freak me out.
Absolutely. So then around Christmas time, everybody ended up getting a text about Owen's phone case. And the picture his family realized had been taken at a Christmas family party where they only had family in their house and nobody else.
Yeah.
So that's when they were like, okay, this has to be somebody in our family.
That was in our house that day.
That was in our house that day. So they started looking at Owen's cousin, Adriana, who also went to school with everybody else.
Adriana broke my heart.
Adriana seemed like the sweetest bean.
I felt so awful.
She was the next person basically to get railroaded.
Yeah.
Everyone thought that it could have been her, and especially thought that it was maybe her because she and Chloe didn't really get along. She had felt before in the past like Chloe had kind of bullied her. Chloe said she didn't bully her. It was like this whole back and forth thing. Yeah. High school is awful for everybody involved.
High school sucks ass.
Yeah, I would never do it
Middle
again.
school and high school suck ass.
It's awful. So they pull her in, and she's trying to prove to them that she didn't do anything. She ends up getting checked out. But then once her story checks out, she got a text from one of the random numbers asking her for help to like terrorize Lauren again and protect Owen, like get Lauren away from Owen, even though they were already broken up.
Like, what the fuck?
And Adriana starts freaking out because she's been cleared at this point, but now she's got a text from the number. So she started like bawling her eyes out. And this poor girl has like PTSD now.
Yeah.
She said she'll pass a cop and she like doesn't trust them anymore.
Yeah.
Because she felt like she couldn't prove to them that she wasn't doing this.
Which is so, like, the far-reaching effects that this had on so many kids and so many families, especially because of how small and tight-knit of a community this is, like it would do this kind of damage even in like a bigger community. But this,
it was just so much. It was so much easier because it was such a tight-knit community. And now it also is starting to infiltrate people's family dynamics. Apparently, Kendra, Lauren's mom, and Lauren's father, Sean, were fighting all the time. Sean said the tension in the house was awful. Like,
it was like Kendra saying like she was handling it, and Sean was saying like,
obviously you're not, because it's still going on. Lauren sobbing every morning, not wanting to go to school because like the texter would berate her about like outfits she was wearing. She could never wear the right thing. Like, just awful. I can't imagine how she lived through it.
That's awful. That was my bullies thing in middle school. If you're listening, hey, what's up? You remember? It was always it was my clothing a lot of the time and my hair. And they would like leave handwritten, because it was like back in, the pioneer days. So they would leave like handwritten notes in the bathroom, and then they would find them for me or direct me to them, and like they were helping me.
That's
and it would be this like awful letter that was like talking about how shitty I dress and my hair's gross and all that. So it's like that's tale as old as time.
Oh yeah.
Especially with, unfortunately, girl on girl bullying, is to do that kind of shit, because it's the stuff that's going to get you the most. Because every day you're going to wake up, you're going to rip through your closet
and do your absolute
You're going to put
best.
on 100 different outfits, and each time you're going to say, what are they going to say about this one? How are they going to make me feel like shit today about this one?
Yep.
It's crazy.
It is. It's so sad. I don't understand. Like, I just don't understand doing that to somebody else.
I don't understand. It's like, I don't get it.
It's fucked up. So a year and a half has gone by at this point of them just, whoever this caller or texter is, just terrorizing everyone in this town, but specifically Lauren and Owen. And so Lauren's getting all these text messages telling her to kill herself, telling her like all the things we've been talking about, just bullying her beyond belief.
This crazy sexually explicit shit too.
And that's the thing I was just going to say. Exactly. And Owen is experiencing these text messages detailing graphic sex acts.
So graphic that like the superintendent of the school literally says, he was like, I'm a grown ass man. And like that kind of shit was making me uncomfortable. Like if like another adult said that to me. Like it is fucking crazy.
It's beyond. When Drew and I watched this together the first time I saw it, and we literally had to pause halfway through because it was so shocking.
It was so uncomfortable.
I was like, I like need a second. Hold on.
And it's like, I don't think enough
emphasis,
and we'll talk about more of that later, but I don't think enough emphasis either in the documentary was put on it was obviously traumatizing for Lauren, what was being said to her, but what was being said to Owen. Like, they weren't saying, like, you suck and everyone hates you to Owen. They were literally sexually assaulting him via words.
Absolutely.
Like, they were literally
sexual harassment.
Like, he was being sexually harassed as a child. And it's like, and the shit that was being said to him will fuck you up for a long time. Like, that's gonna, like, stay with him.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like, I don't think enough was put on that, like, how uncomfortable he probably felt and how, like, he probably had some kind of like weird, like, because that shit will make you feel like shame for no reason.
Absolutely it will.
Like, I feel for him like that as well. Like,
well, and
damn.
Going into how we fucking feel for this poor kid.
Yeah.
So a year and a half into this, the sheriff got the FBI involved because the sheriff went as far as he could, he said.
Yeah.
And the FBI needed to get involved to kind of do like the IP tracking and all that.
Yeah.
But obviously you don't just like beep and boop onto a computer and figure that out in one day. It takes time.
No.
So while they were working on their investigation, Owen started dating this girl from another town, and her mom started getting messages trying to break Owen and this girl up. So
whoever this from another town's mom.
Yeah. And she was getting like multiple text messages. I think something happened like where they knew what she was posting on Facebook, like that kind of thing. And Owen is sitting here being like, I just can't date anybody.
No.
He ended up breaking up. Like, they ended up just like going their separate ways because he didn't want this girl to experience what Lauren had gone through.
And like, this girl was freaking out, like, scared, being like, what the hell's going on right now? And Owen was trying to be like, I don't know who it is.
I don't know who it is, and I don't want this to happen to you.
Yeah.
And also probably sitting there and being like, okay, am I ever going to be able to have a relationship with anybody?
Or are they just going to follow me forever?
Or that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine how claustrophobic and like controlled you would feel.
Yeah, and totally helpless.
Well, and that's the thing. So he started, I'm sure, feeling out of control. And his mom, Jill, said, like during sports games, like basketball especially, she saw him starting to get like extra aggressive.
Like he was letting it out on
Like,
the field.
Exactly,
kind of
because it was somewhere where he could be a little more aggressive without actually hurting somebody.
But she was probably worried about
But
that.
she was. And I, at one point in the cut article.
Oh, this part destroyed me, the bullying thing.
Yeah.
I haven't talked about the bullying a lot lately, but like I used to talk about it all the time, and it apparently pissed some people off. I don't really know why. but when I experienced it in middle school, I was insufferable at home. I got in fights with my parents all the time just because I was so upset and so frustrated and so like just sad all the time and also angry that I would end up like exploding on them just because I was under so much stress and pressure. And that's exactly what happened. Reading that, I was like, whoa. Because I was like, I can feel that feeling he's feeling. That apparently Owen got really upset one night, according to the article, and had said, like, yelled at Jill, his mother, saying, like, you're my mother. It's your job to, like, you should be able to stop this bullying.
I can't.
And she said she just sobbed.
I can't imagine how she must have felt, because I'm sure and he knew in his heart of hearts all she wanted to do is stop that.
Absolutely. But he didn't say that to hurt her. He said it because he was exploding on the inside.
That's the thing. It's a pressure cooker, and at some point you do explode. Yeah. And that must have been fucking awful for him and for her. Yeah. Like, I can't imagine how it's like, I know how he felt in that moment. And now as a mother, I can't fucking fathom how she felt in that moment. Because if one of my kids looked at me and said, like, why can't you make it stop? This is your job. You should be able to make this stop. You're my mother. It would be just take out a katana and stab me through the chest. Like, that would literally annihilate me. Well, and that would annihilate me. This is my opinion, but I do think Jill was ultimately really the one who got this to stop, because she basically told the sheriff, like, I'm done here, and if you don't do more, I'm going to the papers.
Yeah, and I was like, good for you.
So she did the work to get something done. Like, I give Jill is a mama bear.
You can tell that she was just doing whatever she could.
So the FBI agent, Bradley Peter, started doing his thing. He's beeping and booping. It's taken a while. But he finally finds out that these texts are coming, like we said before, from this app called Pinger, which you could use to disguise a phone number. And as we said, no app like that should exist.
No.
But what is great is that the FBI can send a warrant to a place like that to get IP addresses. So he got all these warrants served at like Verizon, Pinger, all these different places to really, put the puzzle pieces together. And we're about to tell you who it was.
Finally, so we can really just start ripping.
I need you all ready. We're going to take a collective deep breath together. If you don't know who this is, you're about to get your shit rocked. Yeah. Ready? In through the nose. Out through the mouth. For a year and a half, these text messages were coming from Lauren's mother, Kendra.
I need you to really take that in. Starting with the first text that said DTF to 12-year-olds.
To a 12-year-olds, that Owen was DTF. Now, according to Miss Kendra, those original texts did not come from her. And we'll get there. That's my opinion. I don't believe it.
Yeah. Personally, I don't believe that. No. And I don't think a lot of people believe that.
So we'll get there in a minute. So they find out that it's Lauren's mom, and literally everybody is like, no, that's not possible.
Like a mother.
I should say mostly everybody.
Yeah, a mother could not do that to their child.
No, that was everybody's thought. A mom could never do that to their child.
And I still think that.
I also think
mother could not do that to her child.
That's not a mama.
Yeah.
So the sheriff goes to confront her, and she denies it for about 3.2 seconds.
It's on body cam footage, by the way, in the documentary.
It's the wildest shit you'll ever see.
And you are going to be fucking seething.
She barely denies it. They basically say, like, yeah, so it's coming from your phone, Kendra. And she's like, no, that can't be.
She literally goes, no.
Not like, and like you were saying, if you were ever accused of this and you were not guilty, you'd be like, oh my God, no, like look through my phone right now. It's not me. I would never do that. What the fuck? Like, oh my God.
You would be losing your mind and being like, wait, how is that possible? Like, I'm not, like, you'd be like, holy shit. Like, I'll do whatever it is to prove that I didn't do this. I can't believe that you're telling me this right now.
She's like, no. And then he says, what was it, Kendra? Like some kind of infatuation with Owen? And she goes, no, nothing like that.
And the way she says it is like, no, nothing like that. Like, just so casual.
If somebody's asking you if you have an, as like a, I don't know how old she is, but I'm assuming like
a grown ass woman.
Yeah, I was gonna say I won't even assume her age here. But above the age of 18, if somebody's asking you if you have an infatuation
with a
boy who was 12 to 14 years old when you sent these text messages, or 12 to 13 and a half, whatever, you would emphatically scream from the rooftop that you don't have any kind of infatuation with this child. But Kendra couldn't, because you look at those motherfucking text messages where she's talking about his private life and
private body parts. Everybody.
And her body parts. She can't deny that.
No.
You can't deny that there's not some kind of infatuation.
Of the things we mentioned, she wrote to a 12-year-old boy.
Yup.
Like a boy, a baby, a child, barely past single-digit age.
Like what the fuck is wrong with you, lady? I don't know how anyone in that, like, there's no way she lives there anymore, because I feel like she would literally be like hunted and pitchforked out of there.
Yeah, like she can't live there.
Like Beauty and the Beast, when they're going to like take down the Beast.
Yeah.
And they all have like the
flaming
flamethrowers and like fucking not flamethrowers, but like flaming torches.
Remember when they pulled out bazookas and Beauty and the Beast?
Listen, it's
crazy.
In this case, honey,
like
there wouldn't be a safe corner on the earth.
I like Jill, Owen's mom. I bow down. If I was Owen's mom, I'm not kidding you, not a safe place on earth.
Not a safe
You'd have to move to Jupiter to get away from me.
Yeah.
Like you just would.
Yeah. And even then, I'd probably figure out a way to Jupiter.
Pick one of the moons or something.
I'd probably go there too.
And I'll take the time to search all of them.
Yep.
Like that's,
I'll go to another universe.
The shit she said to her child, her young child, is unforgivable. It is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, Kendra is a sack of shit.
Yeah.
And there is something deeply disturbed there.
Deeply.
And deeply dangerous.
Very.
Because the shit she said to a child should not be taken lightly.
She should be on a list, in my opinion.
Like that's the part of this, and I mentioned it a little bit before. That's the part of the documentary that I think they could have done a 2-part documentary.
Totally.
One on how she affected Lauren, and 2, how she affected Owen.
Yeah.
And how fucked up it is that, because like we'll get even more into the Lauren stuff, but the Owen stuff is a different kind of fucked up.
It really is.
And it's something that really should have been taken more seriously in that documentary and touched upon more.
Yeah. So the crazy thing about this too to me is that she basically spent less time in prison, I think, than she got 19 months in prison. The text went on longer than that.
Yeah.
The text went on at least 20 months.
Yeah.
And during that time, she couldn't speak to any of the victims involved, which meant that she couldn't speak to her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And the sad thing, in my opinion, is that like that was hard for Lauren.
Yeah.
Because in that police like footage in that police body footage, you can tell, at least I think, that Lauren's in shock.
Oh, I think she's that is straight up shock. Because I think she disassociated out of this planet.
That's the thing. She looked to me, at least, like she was fully disassociating. Yeah. Even like Kendra is literally like grabbing her, trying to comfort her.
Grabbing her hand.
Like basically like hugging her while she's sitting down, like stroking her head. I'd be like, don't fucking touch me, but also you're the person that I've gone to for comfort my whole life. Like, and you're the person I've gone to for comfort throughout this whole ordeal.
That's the thing. So it's like, and now all of a sudden another development has come that I would come to you for comfort for, but it's you.
Yeah.
Like, how do you reconcile that? She's still a young girl.
And
like,
now,
that's, come on, like, that is crazy.
it turned out, by the way, too, that Kendra was lying to everybody, it seems, because so they were worried, obviously, about like when the sheriff was there, he was like, I can't just like leave you too now that I've outed your mom as the person who's been ruining your life and telling you to kill yourself for the past however many.
Can I say one thing too?
Yeah.
That rubbed me the wrong way about that whole thing?
Yeah.
They never should have told Lauren in front of her mother.
I feel that way too.
Because she was not allowed to have a genuine reaction.
I feel that way too. She should have been taken into a separate room or something like that. But I don't know what the logistics are there. Like if they needed Kendra's permission to do that.
Because she's a minor.
Because she's a minor, exactly.
But it's like,
I don't know. It didn't seem to me like there was a lot of thought put into delivering the message.
Like maybe perhaps I'm missing a part of the puzzle and I won't claim that I know everything here. That like maybe they did ask Kendra, like we would like to talk to her alone, and Kendra said no.
Yeah.
And again, she's a minor, so I don't know how that works. I feel like if the mom says no, the parent says no, then
that's just the way it goes.
I mean, the only other thing I could think that you could do was to say you need to call your husband and tell him that he needs to get home and ask him and be like, okay, this is what happened. Tell him the whole thing outside and then be like, and we would like to tell your daughter, or you and I can tell your daughter alone without her present.
Because that's the thing.
I just felt like having Kendra in the room did not allow Lauren to actually have any reaction.
No.
Like, because...
And she probably didn't. I mean, I don't know how she felt.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's very clear in the documentary that she still loves her mother. And like she's a strong fucking girl, one, for getting through all of this. And two, being able to move on from this and like maintain a relationship or like some kind of relationship with her mom.
And just like maintain like her
humanity and kindness.
Like,
exactly.
Because that is something Owen said was what drew him to Lauren, was she was supremely kind.
Yeah.
So that is like one of her hallmarks.
But it's like she should have. I just feel like maybe in that moment she probably didn't want to be comforted by her mom, and like she should have had that option.
Yeah,
is
that's
kind
the
of what
thing.
we're
She
saying.
didn't need to be like instantly grabbed at and touched. Her mom was like grabbing her hand, and like Lauren's just kind of like limply allowing her to.
Yeah,
and it's like. It's just fucked up. It was a fucked up situation. I was like, I wanted somebody to like remove Kendra from the room because I was like, she needs to be able to like process this for a second.
No, that's the thing. I don't think she got any time to process it.
No.
And any time to process that. For over a year, her mom was sending her boyfriend and her explicit sexual messages, literally saying like, he doesn't like, you need like, basically, I think that, let me find one that I wrote down. It was like,
there were times when she was like, you won't sleep with him.
That's the one I was trying to find.
I'll sleep with him. Like, you're not sleeping with him. You're not giving him blowjobs. That's why he's breaking out with you. And I was like,
this is a quote.
You're talking to your child.
This is a quote. Maybe you shouldn't have picked cross country over him. You proved he isn't important to you. We were there, though. You don't get with him in bed. You don't sneak out with him. You fucking dress awful. Ain't no guy want that.
That's her mother talking to her. A child.
Yup.
Like...
That's beyond.
I can't comprehend it. I can't. Nothing about my brain can compute this in any way, shape, or form.
Also,
and her excuses to me, I'm not saying shit didn't happen to her. I'm not saying that Kendra doesn't have trauma. But to be quite honest, I don't give a fuck about what happened to her because she uses it as an excuse to literally inflict trauma upon two children, including her own.
More than two children.
Exactly. More than two children. And it's like, I'm sorry.
A whole community of children.
Doesn't give you a fucking free pass to be a goddamn tornado in everybody's life. It just doesn't.
So many people.
Go to fucking therapy. Dude.
Right. So many people, unfortunately, do experience trauma. That's unfortunately just the way that our world. That's the thing. It's just the way our world works. It's awful. But I feel like, and this is my opinion, but like 9 out of 10 people you talk to have experienced some kind of pretty awful fucking trauma.
Yeah.
Not everybody texts their daughter from an anonymous number telling her to go kill herself and like text her boyfriend about explicit things about his body.
Exactly.
Because they had trauma. I'm sorry. That doesn't give you a fucking pass, and it doesn't make me feel bad. I feel bad for what happened to you when you were younger, 100%. I don't feel bad for you now that you did this.
No.
Like, no. No, period.
No.
So also, she literally compares this to driving drunk. She is so fucking callous at one point in the documentary. She's like, everybody has broken the law at some point. People probably have driven drunk before and not got caught. The only difference is that I got caught. Babe, no. No.
To compare sending sexually explicit texts to a 12-year-old boy as a grown adult to someone having a DUI.
Beyond.
My brain said no.
That's comparing.
No.
That's comparing a zebra to a clementine.
Literally.
That's how insanely
they don't exist.
That's how
in
vast
the same.
The differences between them.
Yeah,
like
you can't compare those two things.
She's
just like, whatever. She's like, everyone's broken the law, and it's like, first of all, no. And second of all,
I've never broken the law like that, babe.
I'm no,
no.
And it's also like, we're not just talking about breaking the law. Yeah, that's a massive part of this. You fucking told your daughter to kill herself. Hashtag bang, bang.
Do it now.
Do it now, bitch. Kill yourself now, bitch. Yeah. And she also says, because they were like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
They were like, why did you say that? And they said, did you think were you ever worried that she was going to kill herself?
And she had to think about it for a second. She was like, no. Oh, okay. And also, it's like the anorexic stuff. She literally admits that was an insecurity.
She said Lauren knows she's tiny.
Because she knows she has a small frame, and sometimes it can be an insecurity for her.
And here's the thing.
So her mother preyed on that?
Here's the thing, too. First, she says that. And then, it's so funny, you had the exact same reaction that I did when I watched it the first time. And then when I watched it with you, you said it. They gave her such an out for that because they were like, were you talking to yourself when you were sending those messages? No.
Yeah. That interviewer, I was literally like, shut the fuck up.
I was like, don't give her a pass like
that.
Don't
make her a victim.
And she was like, maybe I was because I fell into that anorexic category too because I was so small.
And it's like, first of all, can we stop throwing around the usage of anorexic?
That's not just like, anorexic isn't just like you're small.
Yeah, it's like thin does not mean anorexic.
Way beyond that.
So, there's that. And it's like, too, also like there was that whole thing where they, Kendra as this like phantom, like peer
texter
of her daughter would say like call her like a JV hoe.
Yeah.
And like you're not good enough for varsity because she didn't make it on the varsity team.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who played, and it sounds like, as someone who played sports
and
in school,
sports meant a lot to you.
It did. It meant a lot to
Lauren.
Me. And I remember sophomore year, I didn't make it on varsity for softball, and I was fucking devastated. It was a huge moment in my life. It shattered my confidence.
Yeah.
I was so upset. And it's like, my mother heard all of that. She was there when I was crying about it and saying, I'm not good at this and I should just quit. And why am I even doing it? Her mother also heard that, I'm sure, because Lauren, sports was everything to her.
Mm-hmm.
So for her to use even that little like JV hoe, you're not good enough for varsity, she probably comforted her through not getting on varsity, and then to pull that out and use it on her. I'm sorry, Kendra's fucking diabolical.
She is diabolical.
Diabolical behavior.
Because not only that, like there were text messages that said things like that. There were also pictures of Lauren and Owen together with Lauren's face crossed out and then words all over the picture saying
slut,
JV hoe, slut, not like worthless, like
nobody will miss you.
Nobody will miss you. All these fucking awful things. Writing JV hoe alone would have been awful.
Like, and again, remember, this is her mother. Her mother. I can't stress this enough. Her mother brought up a picture of her own baby girl.
Her only
baby girl. And wrote that shit over her fucking face.
And that
I can't reconcile that in my mind. And for her to sit there and be like, if I could go back and change it, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Also,
because you did it for 2 years.
Again, I can't stress enough, that same woman who brought up the picture of her baby's face, crossed it out, wrote all those things, told her to kill herself, was texting her boyfriend explicit acts, then had the fucking gall in that documentary to sit there and talk about hearing Lauren's heartbeat for the first time.
Oh my God.
And how she realized in that moment that like you think you can love this baby so much, and then you realize that like you have more love than you don't love. That's not love.
You don't treat someone you love that.
No.
And that is your baby. You're supposed to keep them safe. And you're preying on her insecurities and you're nurturing them.
Mm-hmm. Creating them.
She nurtured those insecurities that she had and made them bigger. Mm-hmm. Because no matter what, after this, not only did Lauren think for a period of time that her peers were feeding on those insecurities.
Then she realized.
Now she's sitting there going, holy shit, my own mother said that shit to me. That won't go away anytime soon.
The
damage is lasting there.
That is a mind fuck.
Yeah.
That is the mind fuck of a century.
And for Kendra to sit there and act like she is any sort of victim, I was fucking
livid.
I'm still seething just thinking about her fucking face sitting there.
Yeah.
Trying to act like it's like she's the victim in any of this.
Yep. She also said, and this makes no sense. So remember I said, I think somewhere in this, that she claims that she didn't send those original text messages. Like when they started around that Halloween party, she said that she didn't send those. And that the reason why she eventually started sending the text messages was to get to the bottom of who sent the original ones.
Makes no sense.
That makes no sense. 2, what did talking about explicit sex acts have to do with getting to the bottom of it? Mm-hmm. And 3, what would telling your daughter to kill herself, how is that going to help you uncover the real villain here? And then at one point, she said, I think it was my escape.
When
telling your daughter to kill herself was your escape? Prison.
I don't think that was touched upon enough in that documentary, that part of it.
No. So here's the thing. It basically ends by saying that like Lauren basically didn't get to talk to her mom during the trial, but then she couldn't see her while she was in prison, but they exchanged emails.
Yeah.
The emails are over the top on Kendra's side of things, in my opinion. She's way too much.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like including professionals, nobody can like diagnose her without her being their client, whatever. But a lot of people believe that this is a case of like digital Munchausen's.
Which it appears to at least resemble that.
I think it's very...
I think there's even deeper shit though.
I do
too. To be quite honest. I don't even think it ends there.
So here's the thing. So that's basically like how the documentary ends. And like Lauren says, like she hopes they can repair their relationship and she hopes her mom gets the help she needs.
And remember, I don't know if we totally touched upon it before, but like that she was lying about having a job for a year.
Oh my God. We forgot to touch on that.
Yeah. When the dad shows up,
when
they actually, I feel her dad's name is Sean. I feel horrible for this man as well. He thought she had a job for the entire time she was doing this, and it turned out she didn't. She got fired for, texting at work.
Yeah.
And allegedly, according to the article.
They literally put her on a plan.
Like a performance plan.
Performance plan because she was spending too much time on outside things.
According to the article.
And then, like, she decided to leave.
She quit and never told him, and they lost houses. Like, she was claiming to be working. And also... like, so he was lied to for the full 2 years about all of this, including the fact that she was bringing money and like wasn't, because she also had control of the finances.
Yeah.
And when he gets there, he's like, did you get her phones? Like, did you look at her phones? And the sheriff is like, phones?
She gave us one.
Because when they said, do you have anything else? She said, I have a laptop. And he was like, oh no, she's got a couple of phones.
Yeah.
And then when they go in there and ask her for them, she acts, first of all, she's shocked that they know about that second phone, which I was like, you're fucking diabolical.
And she tries to say like, no, there's no other phone.
And she's like, yeah, no, I don't know. And then he's like, one of the other sheriff is literally like, it's fine. I'll just tear this fucking house apart. Like, and you can tell he's like, give me a reason.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
If I knew everything I knew going into that, I wouldn't have even given her the opportunity. I just ripped the house apart looking for it.
Well, and he's like, I'll rip the house apart. And she's like, it's outside. Now that when they pulled up, she was outside.
And Lauren's out like swimming.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what
were you sending to her out there?
Was your daughter like enjoying her lake day swimming and you're sitting there texting her horrible things?
Yeah. So she wasn't working all day. and would just text Owen and Kendra and Lauren all day.
And all night.
And they were in the article, it actually says that somebody in town saw her parked in like a church parking lot one day.
With her head down.
In the middle of the day, like with her head down. And like when she looked up and was like, oh, like waved.
It was Owen's father.
I was going to say, because it was Jill later who like said that Kendra brought it up later out of nowhere and was like, oh, he saw me. It must have been like funny. I'd spilled coffee on my lap and I was trying to like wipe it off. And she was like, why did she bring that up? And it was like to
that was
cover
a weird
her ass
thing to
because she
bring
knew
up.
she got caught. And it's like, so this lady for almost 2 years was lying to her entire family, putting her entire family at risk financially, emotionally, everything, and was spending her entire day ruthlessly texting nasty ass shit and death threats to her child and her child's then ex-boyfriend.
Yep.
And sexually sitting God knows where in the middle of the day texting sexually explicit shit to a 12 and 13 and 14-year-old boy.
Like, what the fuck?
Like,
and
that shit
also
blows my
potentially creating these other, like, the documentary never touched on that in the article, like, very briefly touches on it, but I don't know how it all worked. But could have created those accounts that were like fakes of Chloe sending messages.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Are you kidding me?
Like, what is that? And it sounds like, according to the article, that like there was always like a very big focus on Owen.
Yeah.
In that family. Like that, in that, like from Kendra.
Yeah. So this is a direct quote from the article, and the article was written before the documentary came out, so they refer to Lauren as Ashley because she was still a minor at the time. Mm-hmm. So it said, this is direct from the article. After Ashley started dating Owen, her mother came along too. At every opportunity, Kendra would ask them to wrap their arms around each other for a photo, which Ashley would turn into presents for Owen, like a personalized phone case. When they hung out at the Licaris, Kendra would chime in, "Why don't you jump on the trampoline? Take a spin in Ashley's Ranger utility vehicle." Kendra talked about the kids, Jill says, quote, like they were going to be together forever. Once, a friend, Paige, saw Kendra take Ashley's phone, read her daughter's text with Owen. Then, as Ashley, Kendra typed out a reply, "I love you." And Jill says it, and again, it's so briefly touched on in this article, but in the documentary. Which
I imagine they needed to leave things vague to get Kendra to agree to participate in this documentary, because I'm still shocked they did.
It was one of those things where like I was like, how did this not turn into like we reached out to Kendra for a comment and she has never replied to us?
Netflix, when she was like, yeah, totally, they were like, cameras. Like they were literally like, get in the car. Yeah. Like, holy shit, get her to sign the thing.
It's like in Bravo and they're like, I need Andy and a camera now.
Somebody like rappels from the ceiling with the waiver for her to sign, and it's just like, sign here. She's
like, let's go. Okay. Yeah. But at the same time, who knows? Because in the documentary, her cousin says this is her cousin saying she loves attention. She said, if Kendra was here right now and you were talking to me, she would be dancing over there trying to get your attention
on her.
So it's like,
it's bonkers.
It is. So we were kind of like touching upon it before, how maybe they like left some things out or like didn't go too hard into some things to get Kendra to be a part of it. But one thing that they did include was Jill saying that she thought that it, like maybe, there was the whole Lauren piece, but also that maybe Kendra had some kind of infatuation with Owen.
Yeah, and that was Jill thinking that?
Yeah.
And Owen also felt that way.
And it seems like a lot of other people felt that way. And that's where the Cut article kind of like goes into that a little bit more. Here's another quote. In 8th grade, Kendra signed up to coach Owen's track team, becoming, he says, like a second mom. A regular spectator at Owen's matches, she drove Ashley 3 hours across Michigan to watch one of his championship games. Once, Kendra even suggested turning Owen's tournament in Florida into a Licari family vacation, to which Jill had to gently say no.
Which, like, Jill was probably like, okay. And, like, she even says it. She's like, I just thought, like, okay, I guess she's just, we're good friends. We're family friends. I guess maybe she's just, like,
being supportive.
Like, her family's very sports focused. So, like, maybe they're just kind of extending it off to Owen. But, like, still, she was like,
it's a little much.
No. Like, we're not doing that. Like,
Right.
what the fuck?
And it's like, you also have to remember,
seventh grade.
they're in 7th grade. This is also around the time that these text messages start. And it seems like also around the time where her job is hanging on by a thread.
Exactly.
And it's like, you're going to take time off to go to Florida to watch a 12-year-old compete in a championship? That's not your 12-year-old?
Oh, yeah. And also, Kendra is an IT professional.
Yeah.
So that'll show you exactly how, she got that far. Mm-hmm. You can't make this shit up.
It's strange.
You can't make this shit up.
It is strange.
And obviously, like, Sean, Kendra's ex-husband, now divorced her.
Yeah.
And I think he has complete custody of Lauren, who they seem to be doing well together.
They seem like they have a great relationship, so that's awesome. But yeah, and then I guess one final note is that Lifetime kind of made like their own version loosely based on this story. It's called Mommy Meanest.
That's
and it
the most
stars,
Lifetime shit I've ever heard.
I'm going to watch it immediately because Lisa Rinna is the mom. And it says she is a Machiavellian brunette mother harassing her daughter. I was like, Lisa Rinna? What?
Ash literally was like, I'm in.
I said, I'm watching it.
I'm in.
I don't think this documentary, mark my words right here, right now, I don't think this documentary is the last we're going to hear about this case.
No.
I think it goes a little deeper.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot more there.
I'm telling you, they could have done a part 2 just on the stuff she was saying to Owen and really focused on the Lauren stuff in one and Owen in another, because they are 2 different sides of the same coin.
Yes.
And equally as horrifying on either side, just in totally different ways.
Well, and what bothers me is like she never got charged with any like sexual crime.
Yeah, like misconduct. Like this is like Owens was able to say to her in her like hearing, because they didn't get to go to like full trial. He said, like, I'm going to be scarred by this for life.
Like you might move on, but I won't.
Yeah, he literally said, like, you'll move on, but I won't.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to affect me for the rest of my life. And it will.
Because, finding
out that lady was sending you that shit or talking about you like that.
And not only that, finding out that she was sending you that shit, talking to you about, like sending texts to you about those kind of things. And then finding out that after you broke up, you and her daughter broke up.
She was stalking
your new girlfriend another town away.
Like, this is a woman who, like,
that's
in my
obsession.
opinion, this feels like this woman was obsessed with this little boy and would not let him move forward.
Allegedly, in my opinion.
In my opinion, that's what it feels like there.
100%.
And that's what it could look like. It would feel like that to me if I was Owen. I'd be like...
And if I was Owen's mom.
And that would fuck me up.
Yeah. So... I think that's everything we have to say about Unknown Number, the High School Catfish. I will remember this documentary as long as I breathe air on this earth.
It blew my fucking mind.
I need to know if some of you guys like went into this not knowing who it was.
Oh, please tell. I'm actually like
jealous.
I'm envious of the people who didn't get it spoiled, because I got it spoiled on TikTok before I watched it. And so I went in knowing, even going in knowing, it's still wild. It still blew me over. But I wonder what it must feel like to get that complete shock.
There are so many, I think I said it on one of the last episodes we did, there are so many TikTok compilations of people finding out, just being like, oh, what? Oh my God.
I saw one the other day that was like some lady, and she turned and she just goes, oh, I knew it.
I saw that one. I saw that
I was
one.
like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unthinkable.
But damn.
One of the most compelling documentaries I've seen in a while.
I hope everyone else is thriving and doing well and healing in this story. Except for Kendra. I don't give a fuck about Kendra.
Yeah. So that was our first bonus episode. Yeah. It was fun to talk to you guys about a documentary. I don't think we talked about like a film since we did Shockingly Vile, Wickedly, Super Nasty, Gross, Disgusting.
Super nasty.
with
Zac Efron.
With Zac Efron.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That was like many years ago.
That was many moons ago.
Many moons.
Yeah.
So we hope you keep listening. We hope you enjoy the bonus episodes.
And we hope you
keep it weird. But not so weird that you don't tune into our bonus episodes, which are going to happen one Friday a month. Woohoo.
Yay.
Bye, girl.